Welcome back. In sport, this year's Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge has been officially launched by 14-time Middle East Rally champion Mohammed bin Sulayem. The Desert Challenge will be staged in the capital's desert terrain from the 2nd till the 7th of April. The event, which captivated enthusiasts around the region and across the globe, will welcome once more some of the biggest names in the sports industry. Khadija Salih has more.
The official launch of the 21st Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge was led by UAE's own celebrated 14-time Middle East Rally champion Mohammed bin Sulayem, Vice President of the FIA and President of the Automobile and Touring Club of the UAE. He said the event has now grown to become one of the most awaited events in international motorsports.
The teams has been loyal to us, some of them, and it is the on and off. So now I can say I feel much relaxed than a few years ago. So hopefully the challenge Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge will go from strength to strength. But this is normal with sport. You see, you get the entry and then you get less in 1 year and then you get more like this year.
This year's edition will be the second round of the FIA Cross Country Rally World Cup. A total distance of 2,000 kilometers will be covered over the 5-day event. Legends such as Stefan Peter Hansel are among the star attractions. Current women's champion of the FIM Cross Country Rallies Championship, Camilla Liparotti, and UAE's leading rally biker, Mohamed Balushi, will also battle it out with some of the world's finest riders.
On this year, it's a comeback for me with a new car. It's completely a new car. It's a mini car. It's the first time I will drive this car. On the expectation, sure, it's to try to win, but I know that it's not easy because the Desert Challenge, it's always a very hard race with the big dunes, and it's always difficult, but I will try to win.
This year is my third Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. This is always the first race of the season of the World Championship, so obviously I expect to finish first of all, and not to get injured, and to have to enjoy the race.
You cannot get enough of desert if you love desert. I think that's our strong point by being from this region. I think it gives us an edge on the international riders because we are from here. So actually, I'm looking forward for it.
133 participants from 30 countries will participate in this year's Desert Rally, and thousands of spectators from across the globe are expected to watch the event. The Abu Dhabi Tourism and Authority says the event has only gone from strength to strength over the last 20 years.
When it goes to Liwa, and they have their 5 days there doing the race, showcase the desert of Liwas and the empty quarters, also as well the Qasr al-Sarab. So all of this is showing the iconic places in Abu Dhabi, which will of course get an impact to the tourism industry.
A super special stage near the Marina Mall will give the public a preview of the Desert Challenge on April 2nd. The Desert Challenge will see riders go head-to-head in 5 categories at the Liwa Desert and Marib area from the 3rd until the 7th of April. Khadija Salih, 7 National News.
And in cricket, India beat Pakistan by 29 runs in the second World Cup semi-final on Wednesday and will take on Sri Lanka in Saturday's final in Mumbai. The 1983 champions posted 260 for 9 and then returned to bowl out their neighbours for 231 in 49.5 overs to spark jubilant celebrations at the Punjab Cricket Association Stadium. Opting to bat first, India got off to a rollicking start, but Pakistan were at fault as Sachin Tendulkar, 85, was dropped for 4 times. But Wahab Riaz's 5-wicket haul restricted the co-hosts to a rather modest total. Suresh Raina adding a valuable 36 not out with the tail-enders. Pakistan also got off to a decent start, but losing wickets at regular intervals denied them any significant partnerships, and batsmen such as Muhammad Hafiz, 43, and Asad Shafiq, 30, were guilty of throwing away their wickets. India sensed the day was definitely going their way when the dangerous Shahid Afridi, 30, lofted a gentle catch to Virender Sehwag, leaving Pakistan on 184 for 7. Meanwhile, speaking in the post-match conference, Indian cricket captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni said the performance of spinners enabled the team to defeat Pakistan.
I think the spinners, they bowled really well. Even Hafiz, he was able to capitalize because we said we have got off to a good start, and after losing 2 wickets in the middle, what was important was to bat 50 overs because in big games, you shouldn't always look to score 300 or 320 odd runs. You see the wicket is behaving in a different way. Readjust your target, and I felt, after the end of the first innings, I felt 260 was a good score. I won't say it was a safe score because it was important not to give away too many runs with the new ball. So I was quite happy with 260 odd runs.
Meanwhile, Pakistan's Shahid Afridi blamed poor fielding for the team's loss against India.
They deserved to win, and I think we made some big mistake in fielding. I must say, in fielding, we dropped some catches like for Sachin. I told you Sachin didn't score 100. Okay, but I think they played well, and I think in the batting, I think the shot selection was very poor, and they really bowled well. They deserved to win.
Fans across India celebrated the defeat, with supporters dancing and cheering for success in the upcoming finals. Serbian world number 2 Novak Djokovic moved into the semi-finals of the Sony Ericsson Open after beating South African Kevin Anderson 6-4, 6-2 on Wednesday night for his 24th successive win. Djokovic will play Marty Fish, who replaced Andy Roddick as the top-ranked American after beating Spain's David Ferrer 7-5, 6-2 earlier in the day. Fish, currently ranked 15th, will formally overtake his friend and world number 8 Roddick when the ATP World Rankings are updated next week. Djokovic was pumped up throughout his win over Anderson, and he had to work hard against the big serving South African, who produced 4 aces. Nonetheless, the Serb produced the big shots when it mattered most, breaking early in both sets. And finally in sports, Brazil had a record number of 78 players when this season's Champions League kicked off, with 32 teams back in September 2010. Now, with the quarterfinals starting next Tuesday, the 5 times world champions are still dominant, with 27 Brazilian-born players in the 8 teams left in the competition. Out of them is captain Lucio, who was back in the national side for the first time since the 2010 World Cup, playing in a friendly match in London where Brazil beat Scotland 2-0 on Sunday. The tough Inter Milan central defender, who beat old team Bayern Munich in last 16, said the defending champions will not have an easy job in their quarter-final first leg at home against Schalke 04. And finally this evening, with houses and cars losing value, one prop company is betting that these days most people are more than willing to invest in collectibles than in anything else. Premier Props in Los Angeles is hosting its biggest auction yet, featuring hundreds of items taken from blockbuster film sets and donated by collectors. According to Dan Levin, Executive Vice President of Premier Props, bids in Hollywood auctions have been garnering a lot of attention because an investment in collectibles has become far safer than an investment in anything else. Among some of the items that will be up for auction are the prosthetic ear used by Leonard Nimoy on the set of Star Trek, an original hand drawing created by James Cameron used in Titanic, and numerous Michael Jackson memorabilia.
He was wearing it. My personal opinion, I think the Michael Jackson stuff. I think the Michael Jackson items will, because we have everything from autographs that he, appeared on with, President George Bush and Ronald Reagan, and his fedora and his great, sequin glove and jacket from his Billie Jean tour. I just think that right there is historic.
And with that, let's take a look at the local and international weather forecast for tomorrow. And before we head out, here are the top stories again. Graduates of the Emirates Airlines National Cadet Pilot Program received diplomas. UAE to host historic first General Assembly of the International Renewable Energy Agency. India beat Pakistan to reach World Cup final. And IMF proposes introduction of GCC-wide VAT to aid recovery. Well, that brings us to the end of the bulletin. As always, we love to hear your comments. You can contact us at news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04 367 2230, and do join our Facebook page. But from the entire team, it's goodbye for now.